Can your old house be a smart home? Obviously, the answer is yes, but let's look at a few ways that it can be especially helpful. Old houses certainly come with a certain amount of charm if you're into those things that come with the windows, the doors, the hardware that's on those, comes with the old floors and the old walls, the big baseboards that you find in old houses. And a lot of times just the layout is different than newer houses that are being built. However, what you find with old houses is sometimes that things don't work well. First of all, you get old walls that aren't plumb. There's no insulation in them. You get floors which aren't level. You get wiring that's old, or the placement of wiring can be off. This is true with any house you move into. As you desire to put lights in a certain place, there's no plug, there's no wire, there's no switch. So those are issues that not only old houses, but even newer houses deal with. You're dealing with a house that is built before drywall, so working in those walls that are made of other things, it's pretty difficult. Old windows, they don't seal. There's wood against wood. You can feel a draft coming in. And in general, you're just always going to have to be doing extra work the older a house is. So you may be asking, is he trying to talk me out of an old house? Well, first of all, let's talk about lighting and light switches. Now, I'm pretty good at wiring and I've done a lot of wiring myself, but it's a lot of work. And I hate tearing into walls to do wiring. And there's really no other way to run wiring to an overhead light than to go into the wall and the ceiling. And that's just a ton of things to fix. So part of the better way that you find with smart devices is the ability to connect things with smart switches or smart bulbs or smart outlets that can make your rooms function with one switch or even motion or voice command if you desire. It's also a lot cheaper to install some smart devices than it is to rewire things and dig into your walls and then go back and fix that. So while smart devices aren't cheap, it's cheaper than a remodel where you have to run new wiring for new things. Another biggie for old houses is heating and cooling. Old houses are harder to heat and cool than newer homes. Now, before there were standards for insulation, these old houses had little to no insulation in them. And then you get the draftiness of old windows. It's hard to get a normal temperature throughout a house. You'll have hot areas and cold areas, whether it's summer or winter, and it's hard to get an evenness. With our modern technology, our smart thermostats and sensors, you can achieve a better result with these things. It's still not going to be the way a well-insulated home works, but smart thermostats and systems that work with it, such as I've demonstrated in my other video, are helpful to keep an old home more comfortable. The third thing is the easy one. It's entertainment. And so when you want to put a TV in a room or hang a TV on a wall, a smart home function makes that much easier than the old way of running cable and trying to figure out how to connect those things, whether you had cable or a satellite dish. But with new streaming technology, with new connections and everything running on Wi-Fi, you can put a TV pretty much anywhere you want to. So whether you're using a smart TV through its own devices or you're connecting something like Apple TV, Google TV, or Amazon Fire, then those things just work without all the wiring that you would have had to do 20 years ago to make a TV work in any particular room of your house. The same goes for speakers and sound in your home. Using a wireless system is so much easier than trying to put the number of speakers you would have the old way to make a room sound good. On Colby's Easy Meter, this comes in at an 8.8, way over on the easy side. Now, let me qualify that. What I mean is it's easier than doing it without smart devices. You can fix these things. So it's kind of like it's easier to buy a bicycle and ride it than it is to build your own from scratch. So our house is nearly 90 years old. I know that's not old compared to some, but it's pretty old for compared to the normal. So we've been done a lot of remodeling. A lot of those jobs have been really hard, and smart products and smart devices have been shortcuts for us in several places, adding lighting to rooms and heating and cooling, as we discussed, and installing TVs and speakers. So hope you enjoyed this video.